There is no other video that you need to see today, unless it's mine, of course, but this is the greatest video. I promise you. Check out this courageous, brash, American patriot New Yorker shoving it in the face of the notorious NYG Letitia Big Shame James. This is majestic. Watch.
Yes. My question is for Tush James. Will you apologize to President Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud? How's it feel? How's it feel, Tush? How's it feel, Tush? Yes, sir. Yeah. Trump 28, baby!
I told you, whoever you are, sir, if you happen to see this, God bless you and thank you for speaking on behalf of 80 plus million Americans. We love you. We support you. Thank you for what you did. I also have another angle. We're going to watch it again. I have another angle of this, as well as come on back. I've got some crooked Crockett news that you don't want to miss. Check this out. Here's another angle of this brilliant roast. I can't think of anybody who deserves it more. Maybe Crooked Crockett. That's my new nickname for her, by the way. I used to call her Jasmine Full of Crockett, which is still good. I mean, I like it. Quite frankly, probably. I like it a lot, right? It's beautiful. It's great. I love you, Mr. President. Watch this different angle of that same video that we just watched. And also, I think it's so hilarious. Let me know if you think this is funny. I don't know. Maybe some of you think, no, that's rude to purposefully mispronounce her name. I love the way he says, Tush. This is for Tush Games. What am I, a schmuck on wheels over here? This is for Tush Games, you mamalukia. I got something to say for you, Tush. I love the way he says that. Oh, and by the way, listen to her response, too. In this clip, which is a different angle of the same video again, she actually responds and we get more audio. Watch this.
My question is for Tush James. Will you apologize to President Trump for wasting millions of dollars and the state of New York for a witch trial? And how does it feel to know that you will be in prison for mortgage fraud?
Thank you for coming. We want to thank him for coming. We respect all opinions. Everybody knows those allegations are baseless. They're discredited. And so we want to thank him. Our next speaker.
Actually, Tish, I'm going to call her Tush. Actually, Tush, nobody's discredited, especially you. You hired Hunter Biden's lawyer. You used taxpayer funds from your own constituents to pay the legal fees and the legal bills. Shame on you, Tush. And for what? You took advantage of taxpayer money. By the way, it's more than just mortgage fraud. It's insurance fraud, too. If you have no idea what I'm talking about, do you remember the trial in New York, the falsified documents trial, where she claimed the exact same thing that she's being charged with, that President Trump falsified home documents and mortgage application, falsified the evaluation of his home in order to gain favorable loans, which, by the way, all the banks, which were refused by Judge Gargamel, remember Judge Gargamel, which were refused the ability to testify, they all said in separate statements and in separate broadcasts where they were allowed to give their piece that we loved working with Trump. We had no problems with Trump. He paid all his loans back with interest. There was zero victim in this. This was strictly and unabashedly a politicization of the justice system and the weaponization of our criminal justice system, which has tortured and decimated the trust, the already waning trust that we had in this criminal justice system. She used your money, New York, your tax dollars, New York State citizens and residents, to pay for legal bills and legal fees of a crime that she voluntarily did and committed on her own accord. She did the exact same thing she charged Trump with. Not only did she lie on her mortgage application to get a more favorable term, she lied about the amount of units on a separate property. She also placed her father as her spouse. What kind of sick, twisted individual does that? Well, you know what they say. This is an old adage, an old maxim in legal circles. The louder a defendant shouts, the crazier and more foam at the mouth maniacal ranting they do, without zero substance, without any backing whatsoever, the more guilty and the more afraid they are that the charges are actually accurate.
We're prepared. Do not give in to fear. We are fearless. This is not the time to be afraid. This is a time to stand up and fight back and to resist any temptation for them to divide us. We're in this together. The rule of law is on our side, and the one institution that has stood by our side is the courts. We will not give in, not give up. We will not capitulate. We will not bow. We will not bend. We will survive.
And you want me to sit in my seat and stand idly by and allow this craziness to happen? You could come after me if you want, but you elected me to stand up. You elected me to use the law. You elected me to go to court. You elected me to continue to challenge this administration. You elected me to stand up for the least of God's children. You elected me to continue fighting on, and I will fight on.
We have some live breaking news right now as I'm recording this. Letitia Big Shame James, the notorious NYAG, was just hit with a grand jury subpoena. This just makes the serious meter go from a 9.7 to now a full 10. It is on like Donkey Kong. We could see handcuffs. We could see an orange jumpsuit. We could see a perp walk. There's so many ramifications and consequences to this. Not only did the FBI open an investigation, she got the letter, she got criminal charges now being filed, but now the fact that she was just hit with a grand jury subpoena and she's not responding to any news outlets, this is absolute divine, ironic justice. I want to share this photo. This is the photo where she was sitting in court, grinning, sitting in court, mocking, sitting in court, glowing over weaponizing our justice system, taking advantage, abusing her power, putting the man that we all wanted to bring sanity back to America. This photo should win a Pulitzer Prize, especially once she does do that glorious perp walk, which it seems like now with the grand jury subpoena is imminent. I can't wait. Thank you, God. God bless America. God bless President Trump. This is what I voted for. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Okay, Crooked Crockett. So she assaulted a reporter. She's embarrassed herself time and time again, saying F you to Elon Musk, who is literally the Leonardo da Vinci of our time, working for free to help us stop the waste, fraud, and abuse by people like her and the Democrat, hypocrite, federal, useless employees that are out there. You know, not the good ones. There's a lot of good ones, but there's a lot of useless ones as well. She was just on a show recently where she now says Republicans are, quote, inherently violent because, get this, the KKK aligns with the Republican Party. You think I'm kidding? Watch this.
They try to act like, oh, political violence, it's the Democrats and it's the liberals. And it's like, actually, I mean, I'm not going to say that like a left-leaning person cannot be violent, because that would be like crazy to say that somebody can't be. But baby, y'all got the white supremacists galore, okay? Like all of them. You got the Proud Boys. You got the neo-Nazis. You have people that literally should be classified as domestic terrorists, because a lot of times that is what they are doing. They are engaging in domestic terrorism. And guess what? They all align with your side.
Yeah.
Including the KKK. So like, I mean, this is who aligns with that. So like inherently in like who you are, y'all are violent. Like y'all, and most of your violence has to do with people that's got a little bit of melanin. But nevertheless, like y'all are a violent group of like you attract violent actors, and like I'm sorry, I know they tried to make Black Lives Matter out to be the most violent. What about Black Lives Matter? No. So that's the thing. Like they try to pretend like
yeah, Black Lives Matter wasn't violent and chaotic at all. They only torched, burned, and looted multiple cities over the summer of love in 2020, causing billions and billions of dollars in damage. And the BLM, leaders all cashed in on all those donations, buying mansions, cars, buying yachts, and God knows what else, taking advantage, not giving anything back to those communities. Not 1 cent, not 1 penny that was collected by the terrorist organization. Remember that sheriff who stuck it to Don Lemon in his face? He touted it as a terrorist organization, a black sheriff, by the way. He said these guys are terrorists. They accepted millions and millions, if not more, hundreds of millions of dollars in donations. Not 1 penny went back in to the black community. Why do you guys always make it about race? It's so funny. The party that claims that the other side are the racists and the supremacists, I've never heard one. I've never heard one person from centrist, moderate to right, or even far right, ever mention race once. You guys always bring it up, especially when we talk about DEI being discriminatory. You guys bring it up time and time again. I wonder if this is good business for you guys. Is being a racist good business in America? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. And this isn't the first time. I want to share a video back in 2019 where Crockett, Crooked Crockett, talks to a fellow racist about white people becoming the minority and eventually dying out.
I did recently read this interesting article that I thought was so funny. Yeah. I don't know that I thought it was funny, but it said that Caucasian Americans are dying at a higher rate than they are actually being born.
Yeah, that is true, I think.
So with what's happening with the lack of a growth rate in white America, but it's not the same for Black America or Hispanic America or Asian America. And if the trend continues to go this way, then we're going to be put in a situation where the majority will become the minority.
You got 300 years. Get your affairs in order.
Right.
You ever notice how they can never talk about any strategy, any vision, any policy, any goals, any achievements, any long-term idea of where they'd like to see the country go that is all inclusive to all Americans, not just a certain sect or a certain population or a certain ethnicity or race, that is based upon metrics and aspects that you have zero control over. Nothing is merit-based in this party. If you look like me, if you happen to have skin that is not dark brown or brown, you're in big trouble. It makes no sense at all. Even James Carville recently said, do you guys not get the point? This is why they have the lowest approval rating in the history of the party. You got to stop with these racist attacks. It's not just that, though. Here's another thing that Crooked Crockett recently said in a committee hearing with Marjorie Taylor Greene about trans athletes and trans in general. She actually wanted to play a baby game with one of the defenders of this insane ideology of putting men in women's sports. Listen to this and try not to act. Listen to this and try to keep your lunch down.
Miss Gosgraves, I want to play a game. It's called Trump or Trans. You ready?
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to tell me whether or not it is Trump or trans people that are responsible. You understand?
Got it.
Okay, very good. The first one, gutted medical research.
Trump.
Kidnapping Americans and sending them to foreign countries, a.k.a. deporting them.
Trump.
Driving us into a recession.
Trump.
Increasing the cost of everything.
Trump.
Waging an idiotic tariff war.
Trump.
Harming farmers.
Trump.
Ignoring the Constitution.
Trump.
Proposing to take away Social Security.
Trump.
Cutting health care.
Trump.
Firing government workers who keep our country safe.
Trump.
Encouraging an environment of hate and divisiveness.
Trump.
Thank you so much.
This committee could be engaged in actual oversight of fraud, waste, abuse, and mismanagement. So let's talk about waste. Like Trump's plan to spend almost $100 million for his little birthday party.
It's a wonder why you guys have the lowest approval rating in the history of the Democrat Party. They fight to put men and women's sports. They fight to put tampons and make our daughters, our wives, our mothers change and go to the bathroom with disgusting, creepy men who think they're women. They fight to keep gangsters, rapists, murderers in our country. They travel to other countries on our dime to protect and defend them, while they haven't visited a single city in America that has been absolutely decimated by disaster, this, that, or otherwise, like North Carolina, Florida, East Virginia, California, the Los Angeles fires coming to mind, the hurricanes, etc. They didn't make one single trip to Gaza to fight for American hostages who are still over there, fighting against one of the greatest minds human history has ever known, who is working for free for us. A guy who has transformed vertical after vertical, industry after industry, healthcare with Neuralink, cars with Tesla, space with SpaceX, communications with Starlink, just to name a few. And the list goes on and on and on. Ladies and gentlemen, the enemy is within. And the apparatus called the mainstream media is their bullhorn and their staunchest supporter. And we got a lot of work to do. This video needs to go viral. You need to share this with everybody that you know. We're here. Our mission is to make common sense go viral. We have a nation to save and defend. Our first win in the battle was November 5th, 2024, but the war wages on, and I hope you will join me. Subscribe, follow, it's free. Our newsletter, it's free. Get VIP access right to your inbox, all the latest and greatest new videos, streams, giveaways, etc. It's in the pinned comment and description down below. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. We post every single day. There's my face. Tap it, follow, subscribe. It's free. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the United States of America and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.